Hello and welcome to day 52 of 8 weeks with Julia Kate. I'm to the home at the moment, got back from uni, I've done my exercise, we'll eat soon, but first I shall shower and get freshened up. I'm gonna jump, sorry, my arms are rubbish. So I have just done my run and I want to do a tip related to running. So I'll jump straight into it. So my tip for day 52 of 8 weeks with Julia Kate is to do with running surfaces. So the running surface that you prefer to run on is dependent on you and your body and what you prefer. However, there are some pros and cons. So I just had to run on the road. However, I have had shin splints before, and because I've got joint hypermobility, it's not great for me, but it was the only, there's only one route going to uni and back. So I did have to run on ground. So when you run on the asphalt, it is softer than other things like the concrete sidewalk. So that is better for you, but of course it's a bit more dangerous. But the concrete sidewalks are about 10 times harder than the asphalt roads, so you do need to be careful if you're choosing one or the other, and just be careful of safety. So you can run on things like grass if you can. There's also running tracks, sand, it depends where you live. Obviously things like treadmills and grass are much better. They're much more shock absorbent for your joints, and you are less likely to have any shin, ankle pain, knee pain, hip, back, especially your lower back. But that's up to you. They can be uneven, so you need to be careful of that. Same with things like running like dirt things through the bush, and also sand. Sand can be uneven, and because you fall into it, you do have to be careful. Running on wet sand is obviously easier than dry sand, but it will engage more muscles than you would normally use, so that can be a positive as well. So it's up to you, but there's some options for you. So that is my tip for day 52 of 8 weeks with Julia Kate. So I did have this Einstein idea to run to uni. So I had a class this morning and only went for, that's my shoes on the seat. It only went for 90 minutes. So I thought if I get there and I'm gross for 90 minutes, then it's okay. And I took deodorant, so I didn't plague the people sitting next to me, so I was all prepared, and I ran there, which is 3 kilometers, pretty much all uphill. So for my first run for a while, it's a bit of a killer, and I was also late, so I actually did 3Ks in 18 minutes, and it is uphill, like very much uphill. So it wasn't exactly pleasant, but it was fine. My average heart rate for that run was 170 something, which is basically where your heart rate would be for anaerobic exercise. So I was obviously working my body hard. I'm obviously a little out of condition at the moment. So I did that, and then I was 10 minutes late to uni for class, but I apologise, and that's okay. I got up at 7 this morning, I had breakfast, so I had breakfast an hour before I went and did my cardio, and then I sort of got ready, dawdled, and then when it came to get ready, I was just too slow. I don't know if I was trying to psych myself out of the run as well, but I did it. I also thought, I'm just bad with calculating times. My husband hates it. I'll just condense everything into the most streamlined schedule of getting ready, and it never works out that way. It's usually about double the amount of time. But so I did that, came home, so I ran home, which was downhill, which was much nicer. Again, 3 kilometers. For the last kilometer, I nipped into the shop and carried bread and milk and my water bottle. So it was really awkward. I bought this bread again, so let me just pull it out. Because this was really yummy. A bit squashed, but it's spelt bread, spelt flour, so that's that, if anyone wants to see. Here we go. So we're a bit, we don't really have fresh food stalls, or there's no markets and stuff here. It's really annoying. So we do have to just make do with, like, basically sometimes we have to make do with processed things, which isn't great, but we just have to choose the best option and make sure it's not refined, the stuff we're buying, like refined sugars and flour and all that. So it's all just about having a look at the nutritional panels on it, ingredients, and doing what you can, basically. So that's the bread I've got at the moment. We do normally get a bakery one as well, but I was running, so I wasn't going that way. I didn't want to run a couple of extra Ks just to go get my bread. Didn't have it in me, so I'll get that one next time. So yeah, and then I got home and my average heart rate for that one was a bit lower, like 160-ish, I think. But in total it said, this is on my Garmin Vivo Smart heart rate monitor, that I burnt around 600 calories. So I know treadmills and stuff can be quite inaccurate, but this has my weight and height and stride length and everything programmed into it, so it is a bit more accurate, but you never know with those things, really. I'm gonna get up. Joking. Not that old yet. Come with me while I put the milk in the fridge. Food wise, I got up and had my oats this morning. However, I forgot that I was out of blueberries, so I'm not sure if you heard my tip yesterday about having berries as the lowest sugar and like fructose and calorie fruit that you can add for sweetness. So I didn't have any of that, but I did have a banana that was actually, probably as wide as my hand. It was a miniature one. So I actually just used that. I cut that up. And if you want to use a banana and things, like banana is fine every now and then. You don't want to be having it often. Like if you had it once a week, that'd be fine. It's just when you have the whole banana and you have it often, that's really the issue. So that was the equivalent of half a banana. So that was fine to have in it. So if you love your bananas, especially from Queensland or something, you're going to be eating them. Just make choices about that. Just try to, moderation, portion size, basically. So I will have lunch because it is 12 o'clock now. So quite a bit of time has passed. I thought I would have eaten a morning snack by now, but I've seemed to miss that boat. I don't think there's any food prepared. So I've gotten these. These are all my little scrambled eggs from yesterday, which are great. So I'll do that. I've got a whole batch of quinoa. We don't really have much veg at the moment. We have a little bit. I might cut up a carrot and put that in with some. So I might cut up a carrot. This is what you do when you're desperate, okay? There's always ways to do stuff. So I've got some spinach there. I've got some carrot. I've got a tin of tuna, and I've got some quinoa. And I've got some sweet potato, but I might have that tonight. I don't usually have carbs for dinner, but I think I will. Just because we're so short and we don't do our shopping till tomorrow. So I'll probably just they're all washing. I'm about to do washing as well. I'm going to be all domestic and stuff before I do uni work. So I'll throw together some lunch. Afternoon tea is my little scrambled eggs, and then dinner we actually have salmon. And I'm going to, again, rustle together some veg. So I do have some cauliflower there, carrot, spinach. We've got some sweet potato and some onion. So that'll be plenty, and we'll do that for tomorrow night as well. And so I wouldn't normally have sweet potato or carrots, basically because of how much starch they have in. So that increases the carbs. And although they're better than white veg, for example, normal potatoes, you still want to, at that time of night, be trying to keep your insulin levels stable. So, desperate times, it's still veg, it's still healthy veg, so that's fine. Exercise, I've done that 6 kilometres, done food, done my tip. Unsure what's happening tomorrow, Thursday, so I do need to get that early. I need to be gone at like 7:30, I think, so I don't know about fitting in exercise. I may have the day off with that one and just play it out, because I'm actually going back to that hospital again in a few weeks, so it'll be a bit of a recce for me, so that'll be good. I can't be late, so I'll just play that one by ear, but a day off is on the cards. We've already organised for Saturday to be a date day. It'll be my second last day of 8 weeks with Julia Kate, but I will be healthy-ish with it. So it's going to be an off day of healthier options, if that makes sense. Like, we're going to movies, I'm going to have popcorn, but I'm getting the proper corn rather than having the movie popcorn. We'll go out for lunch, but I'm going to have like my vegetarian, I'm not vegetarian, but the vegetarian brunch board is really good. So if you're thinking of having an off day soon, just try to make those better options like that as well. And I don't know what we'll have for dinner that day, but I'll wait in anticipation till Saturday and see what happens. So I hope your Wednesday is good. I'm going to go freshen up before we have maintenance guys coming to put up a blind that's fallen down. So unless I end up doing nudie runs through the house, I better go hurry up before they come. Don't want to shock them. Okay, bye.